Yo, what up? This your boy Wiz Gam.
It's your boy King Jones 80.
And we got a certified guest in here. Tiff couldn't be here with us tonight, but we got a super certified guest. My man EST. Introduce yourself, bro.
What's up, y'all? It's the Act Nicholas One, the Sinister Minister, the Unusual Fellow. You know what I mean? Rap Cassius himself, the man EST representing the NORF, PHILLTHY, worldwide on any given scale, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
talk
I'm in
heavy.
here with the boys tonight, you know what I mean?
Talk heavy,
I'm
talk
in here
heavy,
with the boys
tell
tonight,
them.
and we gonna do, and listen, we gonna talk turkey, no cheese, no mayonnaise, no grease, you know what I mean?
How was y'all weekend? How was y'all week?
Oh yeah, I had a good weekend.
Mine was good too, man, you know what I mean? Mine was good too.
A word.
We was at the gun range tearing shit up. Open,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Cuz joint from the last episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
We was out there
Oh,
tearing shit
y'all
up.
got busy, huh?
Yeah, we gonna throw the footage up on probably next one or this one.
Well, you know, that's all what's recommended right now, because this season of the Vic, for all of y'all that don't know, and that never, witnessed some real shit go down in life.
Yeah.
Season of the Vic is right before Thanksgiving,
Right.
all the way till the end of January.
Right.
That means people that don't make money regularly or intelligently,
They
how
come
my
to get
man
that.
Wiz Game do with the Love Cafe, you feel me, and provide the best eats and treats on the park, Hunter Park level. No
Yeah.
disrespect to no bars and no other eateries, but you can get your seatery and
That's
your
what it
talk
is.
on and your good grub on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you can't do that, you might got kids, you just came home, your girl giving you whatever it is. Real money takers, they see dudes that's all pretty hanging outside the bars downtown with the jewelry on, just
Yeah, they
came out
on
of
that.
Cage Jewelers.
They on
feel
that.
like they need to take that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they got the right to take that because they more of an animal than you is. Season of the Vic is short for victim. So if you respect yourself and what you trying to get your people,
Yeah.
then you gonna stay out the streets at the 7 o'clock.
Like,
You know what I
so,
mean? And
yeah.
that's the whole Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Because cats getting robbed in the suburbs and all that now.
Yeah, I don't
this
even-
thing getting like Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't even hang out like that right now. I shut down. If I don't gotta go to the studio or nothing, I go home.
And it ain't because he a chump. He know better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, when you see a dude get his whole head popped off and he was just buying everybody drinks,
Yeah.
he the boy with the furs on, you seen him
Yeah.
some at the summer with the new joint.
Yeah.
But one raggedy dude that's tired of playing, he might have came out 9 months ago like the boy Lamar, you know what I mean, on BMF and pop your top off. You know what I mean? And all you gonna do is drop. Everybody else gonna spread away because the Philly way is to get away what you ain't connected to.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
And
why I'm still here.
that's crazy. I was getting something to eat yesterday outside of the at one of the halal carts, and boy talking on the phone next to me. I see you keep trying to catch my attention or whatever. Like, I mean, on a you got a couple of hours type of joint, but he talking on the phone. He like I mean, cause I mean they don't want me to rob nobody out here. This, that, the third. I mean, if it get down to that, it's tight and all this.
They
But
keep looking at you?
yeah, but he wasn't directing that shit towards me. You know, I was together, and I could have straightened him out, but
Growling at a whole real animal that ain't show his fangs yet.
I don't think he wanted that.
I straightened him out on a different note, though. Like,
I
you know
don't,
what I mean?
I don't think he wanted that, though.
I blessed him with a couple of dollars or whatever, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And saying about
So,
his way.
so here's what my weekend was. Back to some peace. You know what I mean? Here's what my weekend was. I took a trip down to DC and caught up with my little bro DJ, who AKA Pink Sweats.
Okay.
I mean, went to the concert. I mean, showed me major love, had me all up in VIP, my own section or whatever. It was love, bro.
Keep rocking. Everybody sing. Say, nothing feels better than you.
I'm behind the scenes with my little bro, man. Came all the way to DC to see my little bro like do his thing. Like, listen, it's amazing. I had tears of joy tonight, man. Listen, I had my own section. It was just me and VIP.
Maybe we could fit a little
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all real quick.
of the range in.
Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all. This is what my weekend was right there.
Dope.
You know what I mean? But let's get into my bro right now. Let's ask these questions.
Well,
real quick.
let me say this first and foremost. Like Wiz, you were saying before, and I was like, that takes a real man.
What?
it takes a real man to say that you was a fan of somebody. That's like,
Nah,
you know,
real-
because Philly is different. They be like, you dick eating and all that shit when you say you a fan.
I've been a fan of this dude since I was a kid. Like,
But
before the 3 Times Dope album came out, he did something with the Hilltop Hustlers. You know what I'm
so
saying?
who was all a part of Hilltop Hustlers?
Well, Steady B, right? Cool
Warren
C,
McClone. Yep. Chris.
Sabir. Yo, Sabir. Yo, what's up, Black?
That's my
Money.
shit.
Tap Money.
That's my shit.
Yeah, it was
Tap
just
money
something
or trap
different.
money?
Chat money.
Tap Money.
Okay.
So-
Well, I'm gonna say for me, growing up, and you know, the babysitters and all that shit. Whoever crib I was at, they had the box on channel 60,
Yeah.
and sure enough, all that came on that joint was ES, KRS-One, and Bobby Brown and Antoinette. She had the joint.
Antoinette, yeah.
And I'm
Antoinette.
gonna tell you something on the real. KRS-One was one of the main influences that made me start taking MCing seriously, because I got as much out of his 5 minutes of a song as I got out of any class that I
Every
went to
time.
at Alany High School.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And
So he the teacher for real, huh?
he the teacher for real. And when I heard back through his folks, Kenny Parker, that like I was his favorite MC from Philly, that was like such a blessing for me, because I really revere the energy that man put in me at an early time to want to take my craft seriously. You know what I mean?
So hold up. You saying KRS came to you and tried to, you know, work with you or whatever?
Nah, he just told folks, his
Okay.
brother Kenny Parker, that's his older brother, and he told me one day like, yo, KRS said you his favorite MC from Philly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you know, anybody that know BDP, they don't play around. You know what I mean? They real men. They don't really got to even like play around with nobody. So when he said that, like I knew that he meant that. You know what I mean? That meant a lot to me. That almost meant as much. Well, it meant as much to me as when I did Rap Mania. And right before I was ready to go on stage, Rakim met me in the hall. And he was like,
That was a legendary event right there.
Man,
If
listen.
you know hip hop and you know what Rap Mania was, to be on Rap Mania was the equivalent of what's today, the BET Awards?
Right. Shout out to the kid Van Silk who put that together on the East Coast. And Rakim gave me the strongest dap, like, and looked me in my eyes. He was like, yo, do your thing, kid. He was like, you know what I mean? He was like,
That's how he talked to
I'm gonna say you was holding strong with the best of them, cause like all your videos was getting played more basically than anybody else joint on the box.
Yeah.
And when I see this shit, I feel like you a superhero on my TV, because you screaming Hunter and Park. I'm like, that shit around the corner.
yeah, because we got to do that, because when you really from NORF,
16th and Lansdowne.
Dig it.
you know what I
Dig
mean? And listen, and I respect the challenge, the chance that they gave me and the alliance that we had to be North Philly and West Philly getting together.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we missing in the city of Philly to a certain extent, and that's why Atlanta was able to still control rap the way they doing now. One, there's a lot of talented people there, but they understand the power of melanin people working together to control their own industry.
Right.
Or their own part of the industry.
Let me ask you this, right? What was it like making that album, that 3 Times Dope album, that classic album that took you to Arsenio Hall with the dividends and all that on there?
Well, first of all,
Wait. Let me get this question out, because I always wanted to know this answer. Like, what was it like? Because that to me is like one of the best hip hop albums ever. Like, what was it like?
I'm gonna add something to your question though.
Good.
This is to make it, the finale. How old was you when you made that album?
I was 15 turning 16.
Damn.
And that's crazy.
But I owe that to a lady called Willette C. Waller. That's my mom at WCW. And she always made it imperative that I was sharp. So at 15, I was an English 5 major. You know, and I was also a Mensa student that could have benefited from the government paying for whatever educational process I wanted to take. But I was also uncolonialized, and I don't respect nothing coming from the United States of America because all this is Indian land. And my mother is from the first era of the Cherokee Indians, and my father's a Sudanese king, so I'm not from America. That's why I always call myself the unusual fellow, and at such a young age, I understood the dexterity of what it meant to say you was the greatest.
Wow.
Your vocabulary is definitely on the beam. Over Tiff John.
Yeah, he definitely got Tiff got $50 words. He got $100 words.
So listen,
what was that process like though?
You got 3 bachelor degrees, right?
It was, I really don't got no degrees in school because I never respected school because I never respected white teachers telling me where Egypt was. And I knew Egypt wasn't in Middle East, it was in Middle Africa.
Yeah, Northern Africa.
And the real name of Africa is Akibulan or Kush. And that's what the Goyima society, which is the Sheba society, would try to lure you to sleep with, just like they put fluoride in your toothpaste. You know what I mean? And I can never be colonialized or nothing like that because I'm a king and no other thing. You know what I mean? So when you on that level and you rap or you write a song, when it get with the beat, it becomes WSP, which is word, sound, power. When word get with the sound and it's the correct sound, it's the same calculations that they built the pyramid with that they still can't construct right now with no forms of current construction or instruments.
No architect can explain that.
Nothing. So it's like, you know, it's the same realm, man. You know what I mean? And I just operate on that. You know what I mean? You know what I think is what I am. I don't worry about no time, no competition, no age, no frame. I'm a half a moon, which is 50.
Right.
But I spit like I'm 18. I can lift 500, and my average show when they pay me right is an hour. You know what I mean? And that's what I do.
So you 15 years old, right? With this extensive, immaculate.
Let me give you your question.
Crazy.
It's like what you could imagine Snoop making his first album with Dre with. It was what you could imagine Snoop doing 187 on the Undercover Cop with, and knowing his life was about to change after he heard Big Bass Brockman turn that beat and his vocals into something that he knew the whole world was gonna rock to. It's a moment where you know, and you know so much that can't nobody tell you no.
So you knew you had. So at that time you knew, like this something special.
Yeah, I knew this shit was different, man. I knew that it was something that wasn't coming out because of the time and the patience and the meticulousness that we was putting into it. Like I used to walk through Hunting Park and get the Chuck crib, and if I forgot my rhyme book, I would immediately turn around and walk back through Hunting Park to get my rhyme book and walk back, sweating like a slave, just to make sure that I had what I needed to create the record that I needed to create to wake niggas up.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't.
And that's dedication and that's commitment.
You could tell by like my favorite 2 songs is The Dividends, Original Style. Well, my favorite 3: Original Style, that, and The Greatest Man Alive. Like what you did on The Greatest Man Alive. Like I'm like, damn, that's like equivalent to the hip hop Muddy Waters. Like what you did.
Now, see, Muddy Waters is also a relative of mine.
Wow.
Deep down, go back. And just like Fats Waller, the great jazz musician, is a relative of mine.
Damn.
But I would like to know from Wiz Gam, who people may not know, wrote the hook for Ballers, and so many other things that the Ram Squad used, which was the prominent under the stairs group from Philly. They was the hustlers.
That's right.
They was the dudes you knew that was doing what they was doing, and you knew that they was doing what they was doing.
Factual.
And he was cutting his teeth with them because they knew that he was playing with them words like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know he know what he know, and he know why he like a song. So I would like to know, as well as the people, what was the things of those records that made you feel special about that?
The Dividends, right? That was like one of the first times I heard like a smooth R&B texture with these like. It's just the way you the flow, like the flow is everything to me, right? The way you flowed on that beat, the way what's the name put that beat together, Chuck. Mm-hmm. The way he put that beat together, boom, 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 boom.
So Chuck was the producer. Okay, that's what I was about to ask. Was
like, and then your confidence on the record, it was like
on every record.
But no, he popping it to a shorty, and he ain't calling her a bitch or nothing. Yeah. He popping it like,
But see,
he know I'm gonna get her.
This is what I'm gonna say about that record, right? It's the total opposite with niggas today.
Yeah.
Everybody's screaming, trick on the bitch and whatever. He like, you know what I mean? Best believe you won't receive no dividend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
because
saying?
a man gotta be a man. That don't mean that you don't give your girl nothing, but that mean you let her know, once I start giving you stuff, shorty, that mean you pass the test. It's hard to earn.
Yeah.
Right.
And these girls don't feel like that. That's why they play with these dudes.
Because
how
dudes
they
leave
do.
with their pockets.
You know what I mean? And it's really a weak showing that a lot of these young brothers are showing these young girls, and that's why they thought they honest, because they don't have the proper showing from the man that's trying to rock them, even if it's a one and done. I ain't never disrespect a new chick, man.
Yeah.
I get up morning, cook breakfast, all that. We one and done. Yeah. But you still a woman to me, though. And if I see you in traffic, you know that and I know that. These dudes don't got that kind of savoir-faire because they not the same type of dudes that will bust your ass in the morning with their shoes and slacks on after they drop their peoples off the church or wherever they was coming from. Yeah. These dudes run around with little girl pants on. You can see they drawers before you see they girl drawers. All of them got crayon colors in their hair, and they chains is choking they neck like how my scarf is, but I'm trying to keep warm. These niggas is not masculine no more.
Right.
We come from the days of Sam Christian, Bo Baines, people that was men, whether they did wrong or right. We come from Pop, Miss Johnson, people that made you, even though you was a pure D bullshit, as soon as you got with your homies in front of them, you remember what your grandmama and your mom told you. That's the respect for people. These people out here now, a lot of them, and I'm going to spray the raid on you niggas. Y'all roaches.
All right, now the second song, right? Because you asked me to explain why I like these records. The Greatest Man Alive. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge Muddy Waters fan, right? And the way that was chopped to me was like, I know he ain't just chopped. And I'm young knowing this, though. I'm a young boy knowing, like,
the intellect.
Where it came from. So I'm like, did he just... And nobody was chopping records like that.
Right.
That's Muddy Waters. Like,
who chopped it?
Greatest Man
Chuck
Alive.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
On that 440 sequential that he used to rock, like how New York niggas used to rock that SP 1200. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I never heard nothing like that.
So
hold on, let me get my answer. I never heard nothing like that in my life. To answer your question, that's what made me like that record, that one. Like, I just never heard nothing like that. And I'm like, I used to listen to The Greatest Man Alive over and over and over and over again to try to find something new. Like, even to this day, when I listen to that record, I get the same feeling.
That's crazy.
I get the same feeling. Like I told Buck, I'm a fan. Like, it's my dog, but I'm a fan first of the culture, and I'm a fan of what you did in music. We're going to get to other things you did in music a little later.
That's so crazy, though, because you got to understand, like, everybody that ever picked up a mic or an instrument, before the check, they want to hear that from somebody they respect. And that's just a real moment. Like, fuck the chicks and the niggas that want to hang around because they know they're going to get in the club with you. Mm-hmm. Like, when you hear from somebody that you know what they talking about, that's the biggest compliment you can get in the game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say, I'm a super fan of ES, and I met you a year ago, right? Mm-hmm. Year ago, I told him because it's crazy. I ran into him a little bit after my birthday, but because the world shut down last year, 2020.
Yes, it did.
But for my 40, I wanted an old school birthday party, and I wanted ES to do that joint.
Damn.
And I so happened to run into him right after, like a couple days before or after, one or the other. And I was telling him that. He was like, well, we can still get that shit on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my favorite record is definitely Straight Up.
Yeah, Straight
That's
Up.
PD Crack favorite John too, I think too.
Did he flip that?
And
No, I think he might want to though.
Weak at the Knees.
But you know what? I
That's
think I
my
might
shit.
flip PD Crack on Straight Up because I'm doing an NFT version of Original Styling. We call it Original Styling 2.0.
So let's get into it's an era, right? And if you know Philly hip hop, that Philly funk era, it was Bahamadia,
No,
Lyrical Terrors.
That's after his era.
No, he still was around. There was a whole vibe, like a whole collective of rappers, like you know what I'm talking about? Too?
Yeah. Let me
Listen, Bahamadia is really
I love her.
the best lyricist to ever
She's still on my beam
come
block.
from Philadelphia. Right after that is Miss Jade.
Yeah.
The only
Shout out to
reason
Miss
why I
Jade.
put Bahamadia before Miss Jade is because Miss Bahamadia don't gotta talk no street shit at all. It's straight bars, esoteric knowledge, and she just a queen, man.
She another
So is
person.
Miss Jade, but Miss Jade is Miss Jade like the rap Mary J.
Right.
She another person, right? That she used to come to my house.
Who that?
Bahamadia. She used to come to my house, pick me up. Come on, ride with me. Like she ain't really know how to drive.
Right.
So she'd come pick me up, right? And I drive. We going here. It's this studio. This studio. This is a true story. She see this. She was like, "Yo, I remember that."
So you was in the mix, young age.
Yeah, young boy.
Talk to him. You don't give your credits enough credit.
I'm riding around with her. She's schooling me. Nah, you can rap, but you need to do this. Like I'm a person that soak up game, right? So now I'm gonna get to this platinum bound era.
Let me ask one question before you get into that. Did you and Steady B have beef or no?
We didn't have beef. We had beef because his fake ass uncle, Lawrence Goodman, who I was about to put in the hot seat for real, a little while ago, when I seen his bitch ass up the same joint that we go to work out at. You know, I ain't gonna do that to you, L, because I really do it to you in real life. We ain't gonna put your handle out there. But you was a fake ass imam. That means you use Islam to take care of young melanin boys the wrong way.
Wow.
And for that, I could forever put you and everybody you love in the fucking dirt. Because you not from North. You from West. And you pussy for real.
Hold on, we ain't promoting. We ain't really because I say that because
Y'all can edit that part, but what I'm saying is, if I wasn't as strong as I was, y'all would have never heard nothing else from EST. He'd have took my joy away from me because he robbed me and everybody else. He robbed his sons, who was the youngsters. He robbed his nephew, who was Steady B. You know what I'm saying? He robbed his other nephew who was mentally gifted, which was with his sons and the youngsters. He's a piece of shit.
Wow.
No, I asked the question because on your song, it's like you was like I just peeped that today. Like
when I was with that nut Steady B.
No, he said when I was with that nut EST, but we ain't talking about that line. I'm talking about on Funky Divin. She said Steady B was giving me this XYZ.
Yeah, that's Steady B. He's a West Philly nigga. He out of shape and all that.
No, but it's like you gave him a shout out on your record.
Yeah, we did that because we was squad, but at the same time, them West Philly niggas trick. North Philly niggas don't got a trick because we really the shit and all that.
You right about
you know
that.
What I mean?
You right about
we do what we do. You know what I mean? And everybody
about
know
that.
that. Well, listen, we all Philly, R for RP, but y'all know the hardest hitting niggas come from North.
That's right.
The best lyricists come from North.
That's
Shout out to North
You know what I
Philly.
mean?
North
Shout
Philly.
out to Meek. Shout out to me. You know what I mean? Black Thought, nice. You my son though. You from
Gilly.
South. Gilly, nice. Beans. That's the only nigga that I'm gonna give it up to from South Philly to spit with the North Philly
Hold
flow.
up. One more
know what
you
I mean?
missing.
Who?
Motherfucking Dice Raw.
Dice Raw, that's my young boy from North Street, and we gonna give it up to the
Dice
young
Raw
boy
from North
Core,
Philly. Yeah,
and we gonna
Logan.
give it up to the young boy Core who
Oh,
just
yeah,
got
Core
signed.
nice. Core
you know what I mean?
nice.
Donnie Meadows and my man Business laced him up. You know what I'm saying?
Core nice.
You know, but y'all know what it is with North, man. All the way from the days of B-Hop, y'all seen how B-Hop punished Oscar De La Hoya and all
That's
that,
right.
man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We run the city, man, and y'all know
I used to call that the North Philly body shot.
That's why it's NORF. This shit structure, man. It ain't no disrespect. Y'all know who he is.
We ain't gonna get geographical on it because Philly is. We support all
It ain't.
Philly.
It's just mathematical.
Yeah.
Nobody's harder than niggas from North Philly.
You're right about that, but
I'm the best lyricist ever from Philly, and I'm from North.
yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you like this. Ain't no disrespect. We can go on any track. When I get done with you, you gonna understand. Just like niggas understood when Drake did Back to Back. That's all I'ma say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dismantle you niggas.
Damn, that was a.
Cause I'm really an orator. I throw words around like the mighty Thor. You do it for bitches. I do it for the riches, and I'ma leave your vertebrae in 84 stitches.
Damn.
Talk to him.
Yo.
Go ahead. What
See, look, it's like this. These young niggas ain't shit. Don't know about this here drip. That fly 89 shit. Get dying, don't die shit. Y'all niggas really done flip. Y'all doing anything for cash flow. Punk ass niggas, y'all hoes. All y'all niggas gotta roll. Before I go and get the pole, run up in you motherfuckers like sumo, stand you dead on your ass, no Bruno, cut, biting all at your bag like Cujo. I'm rocking that mink on you hoes. I'm blowing that stink on you hoes. And all I do is smoke a Zam. I'm blowing out that wham wham. Guess who the fuck I am? Boy, it's $1 million in the truck. Screaming out what? Niggas on the run eating. Ooh, LA flowers all eating. Pull them up in this red and this white. 060 lose sight. Moving at the fucking speed of light. Take your bitch and get her right. Yeah, we all tricking up in bird offs. We ain't fucking with you herbs, no. Send you picture us laughing.
Yeah.
You get mad, you a faggot. Fork and knife, I'ma stab it. Nigga, just like Cool C. Getting money, it's a habit. The way I maneuver the V. Moving up and down streets. I don't ride, I creep. Leave you suckers all sleep. The way I maneuver the V. Ooh, big engine, white on white seats. Way I'm fucking with elites. Ooh, the way I maneuver the V.
Yeah.
And
He gave
I
us a
said it's
verse.
slow for y'all.
That's been
because that shit
certified.
might fuck up y'all brain
He
matter
gave
if I
us a
speed
certified
speed
verse.
That's
it
been
up.
certified.
So let's get into
let me get.
some of the work you put in. Let's get
ahead.
into some of the work you put in, right?
Let me get one question before you get there.
Why you keep cutting me off?
I know,
today,
cause
man?
I know you're gonna be taking half an hour. Listen,
What's up with this boy today? bro?
on your first deal that y'all signed,
Yes.
you want to say how much y'all got signed for? Or
Well,
that's,
you know,
or that's your business.
we was in the age of getting raped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All we had was love
For the game.
for the game.
Who did y'all
So-
sign to?
We signed to Lawrence Goodman again,
Oh, okay, okay,
and he signed to Arista.
okay.
They gave him the check. He gave us flakes off the check.
So it was baby juvenile situation.
Exactly. Fake ass imam taking advantage of little kids but claiming he Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? God gonna deal with you on your own. I ain't gotta touch you. But you know what I told you. Don't say shit else to me when you see me in the gym, or I'm gonna hit you with a fucking weight.
Wait a minute.
So let me ask you this. So he owns the masters to 3 Times Dope?
No, he don't own shit. We paid him out.
Oh, good.
He owned things for a while, but my good sister Malika Love
Yeah.
led me to DJ Jazzy Jeff. Back at the joint, you know the joint used to be on 40th Street, the little fish house right on 40th Street out west. Old Harris, we went right up in there.
Right there,
That's when
39th
Jazzy
Chestnut.
Jeff, he just got out of his fraudulent deal with Dana Goodman. That's his brother. That's the other motherfucking sucker that made sure that Philly managers always got a bad rep, and she helped us get away from the nigga.
So do you fall under or did you hear of like what they say after 10, 20 years or something that you can record all your shit over?
Oh, no, that's why we doing original styling 2.0, the NFT version.
Okay.
See, like,
And he don't got nothing to do with that.
no, and he
Oh,
don't
that's
want nothing
good.
to do with that because 750 swords come with me and we Muslim for real.
For sure.
He don't want nothing to do with that. He better tuck his little dirty ass Caesar's hat and go about his business.
That part.
Yo, so let's get into life after after rapping, right?
Yeah.
You was down platinum bound for a while.
Yes. Shout out to my man
Shout out
Maurice
to
Lewis
Team PB.
and Team PB,
Free
everybody
Black
that
Mo.
was there. Flea Ashy Boy, a.k.a.
Yeah.
Maurice Lewis, a.k.a. the Bull Mo.
Yeah. Shout out to Biz Porter. Shout out to Oz.
Yes.
I mean P-Funk.
P-Funk.
P-Funk came later, but P-Funk was a pivotal part.
P-Funk.
Ruggedness. Stacks. Don Groove.
Don Groove.
The original Plush Brothers I just named. Like if you know Philly hip hop, like see I'm a fan of the culture. So all these dudes I was fans of before I
And we can't forget Lil Jim Hill, which is J.I.
Shout out to J.I.
Obvious Apparel.
Yeah, my brother.
Check that out on Instagram. He got tasty
sure.
trees for y'all.
For sure.
And he's a top engineer
Yeah.
and recorder and mixer, and he got hooks for y'all.
Yeah. No rap, real rap.
From the giddy up.
So Platinum Bound is where I got to spend a lot of time around these brothers. And I was working with Ram Squad at the time. But like after hours, we just used to like write, just
Yes, sir.
link up. ES had the Platinum House next door. I mean, all laid out plush.
What's the Platinum House? Get into it.
Man, the Platinum, he had the crib, man.
Oh, the crib
He had
or the
he had
studio?
It was nice. The studio was right here, but the house was actually painted platinum. The house was platinum. So
Mo blessed me with that, man. Had the little nice little
it was nice.
vibe up in there, man.
Super
You know what I
nice.
mean? Like I'll forever be thankful to you, and I still owe you something, Mo. So when we in position, you in position. Don't never think that.
Yeah, Mo, like, I ain't gonna lie, man, that dude, he used to sneak, right? And I don't think I ever told nobody this story. But he used to be like, yo, man, I gotta get you away from them, man. They don't know what to do with you. You supposed to be a solo act. Mo used to give me like $1,000 a week. Like just to don't do nothing. Just relax. Like
Yeah, because we was trying to put a play together.
like chill. Like
was trying to put a play
Put the
together.
album together.
Yeah, we was trying to put a play together, but it was too many bosses
Yeah.
that never did what I had did.
Yeah.
And I told him, leave me in control of that. Leave your muscle in control of the muscle.
Yeah.
But he didn't do that. So everybody sometimes make a mistake, and that's how everything fizzled out.
It was like I remember they put it in a newspaper, right? Whenever happened, there was like it's like 100 dudes running around in these black Team PB jackets. 'Cause
PB?
It was every part of the city. I don't care what
Yeah,
part
Team
of the city.
Platinum Bound. It was
Badlands,
Platinum Bound.
West
Movement.
Philly,
It was movement.
South Philly, North Philly. I don't care. Nicetown, wherever part of Philly you was from, somebody
We need to
was
bring that
connected to
shit-
Team PB.
we need to
And
bring
so
that
now
type
we
of
gonna
shit
give
back.
you the secret. All you dudes out there that got street money, don't try to run your label. Put the creative dudes that's
Yep.
gonna stay in there and was broke before they met you.
Yeah.
Let them run the thing.
I see that mistake
You
every
account
day.
to them and make sure everything right clerically on what you put into it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Don't try to let has-beens run your joint
Yeah.
because it's going to go down in flames. And after I left, nothing ever popped from Platinum Bound. And that's how you know. When the greatest left, that shit was not the greatest no more. It was the latest.
So for those who don't know, what do EST stand for?
Exotic sound teacher, exotic sound technician, the main reason that niggas listen.
Shit.
Now let's get into some of these credits, right? So a lot of people don't know that you wrote for one of the biggest in the game right now. And she can't even do a show without
singing
performing
them
these records.
But see, that's cause when you really a record man and you of it and you don't just love it, that's like a dude that you see down Freaknik or you see down AC or Atlanta when everybody going down there. And all he got on is Balenciaga on his shirt, Balenciaga on his shoes, Balenciaga on his glasses. He's a slave because without Balenciaga, he's nobody.
Right, right.
And if he went on Balenciaga property and tried to tell him how much he bought from him, they would shoot him down before he got to the flower garden. That's the meaning of a coon in the United States of America.
Talk to him.
I'm the flyest thing moving, not the whip. I'm a whole trip, not the sailboat. You know what I mean? The lyrics make you float on every quote, you dig? And that's how you do the shit. You know what I mean? So my thing is, when I did those records, I knew I had a chance to change my life. Shorty was receptacle to the situation.
Well, before you keep going on, let them know what records it is you talking about.
So now we talking about a little song called Baby Boy, written by me and Scott Storch. And Beyonce knows on the melodics, Cater to You, which is the finale single from the finale LP of Destiny's Child, written by me, Beyonce, and Rodney Jerkins, because Beyonce did the first verse, I did everything else. And
Me, Myself, and I.
Naughty Girl, which was me, Scott Storch, and her. And then Me, Myself, and I, which was a personal story of how a chick out the county had me, you know what I mean, all pretty young boyed out, and she had the chicken, and I was on the finger licking, you know what I mean? But I flipped it around and made a Beyonce story because I knew her little light-skinned ass with the blonde hair weave needed to relate to Shantae and Monier that live around the corner and take their clothes to the laundromat and they eat food from the chicken spot on Friday nights, them and they whole children. Because that's where the money come from. That's who pay your bills. That's who fill your seats up. Yeah. So when you forget your people, you no longer can preach from the church steeple because you is just a follower yourself.
So I remember we was in LA and y'all had Christina Aguilera in the studio. Like this before she was already big.
Christina Aguilera is, hey Chris, if you ever could listen to this, and you know I used to be cool and chill because I ain't, you know, my thing was to protect Scott. I couldn't trip off your little lily white ass. You was already rich. Yeah. Steve Fair already made sure you were never gonna be nothing else but that. But that song you made with Scott and Questlove did the drums, that's when I knew you was really the truth.
Yeah.
You sung that song beautifully. And that song Linda Perry did, which you shout out to Linda Perry too, because that's the female rocker besides Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. That song beautiful. Yeah. Anybody can YouTube that. She is voice of the millennium.
She was so humble, right? She was like, cause I was peeking. I'm peeking at first, like looking. I'm like,
what? Christina Aguilera?
I know this ain't who I think it is. She was like, no, come in.
Yeah,
like humble.
Yeah.
What's that studio? The Garden of Eden.
Conway Studios.
It was like
Conway. Yeah, all of it looked like gardens with the lights out.
Hold on.
With the little lights up and all that. Everything had its Conway.
Let me
shout out to the owners of Conway.
Let me stop y'all for 2 seconds, real quick. We not gonna skip over that shit like that. This was a click in the park.
What Beyonce moment?
We gotta give him his flowers for that fucking all them songs he wrote for Beyonce.
Yeah.
And them people was singing it last night in karaoke.
Yeah.
Me, Myself, and I.
Beyonce doesn't do a show. This is what I'm trying to tell you. She doesn't perform any show on the run tour and all that. I don't care what show she did.
Right.
When I'm at OTR.
Because those are songs that made her.
Right.
Those are songs that made her be able to gyrate her coochie in front of everybody else and do them songs that the watermelon and all that other shit.
Right.
Nobody caring about that before I wrote them 3 bangers and they came out 3 in a row That's consecutive
Singles,
for the
too.
baddest bitch in the game wearing big homie chain, and nobody else did it. Not Neo, not The Dream, not nobody. You talking about EST, a.k.a. Robert Waller,
North Philly.
bigger or taller, NORF. You know what I mean? Me and Scott Storch, Philadelphia product, just like Hall of Notes, just like Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, just like the Spinners. We the winners, not the beginners, and y'all can't fuck with us.
So this is a question a lot of people want to know about that. Do you still own the masters to them songs, or?
Well, I'm gonna give it to you real. At that time, I signed the production deal through my man Derek Jackson, and my man was handling that. On the lawyer side, we ain't gonna throw him out there, even though I do be liking to throw them shitty ass lawyers under the bus, but we ain't gonna do it right
you
now.
threw everybody else out.
And he didn't have, because right now I can't remember his name because that's 738 talking to me.
Oh,
But he didn't protect my reversal rights. So
Right.
by the time I was ready to get out of my joint with Notting Hill, you know what I mean, Ryan Press called me up because he's now Big John, where Big John used to be for Warner Brothers. You know what I mean? Big John just took a super seat upstairs. Ryan Press about to do the same thing, but Ryan Press, Philadelphia product. That's what I want y'all to know. He called me up. He was interested, but true, because he knew he couldn't bring that full Beyonce catalog over there, just my percentage, it ain't go down. But that's the type of shit that happen when you more concerned about the exaltation instead of the duration of your money. You know what I mean? Now, so I advise any strong writers, producers, do administration deals. The Dream did an administration deal. That's why when he sold his publishing, when he did sell it, he was able to sell it for 25 or more million. So you do an administration deal. That means they can only get 12 to 25% of your money, and they're going to get more like 12.5 to 15 if you on fire. So fuck these 50-50 deals, because they're not going to do what they're supposed to do, and most of them is not your culture, and they're taught to eat off you just like Chess Records.
Yeah, vultures.
Without our music, there would be no music. We the first people that created rock and roll. We the only niggas that created soul. And we created every other kind of music, because
Hip-hop is the number one selling
everything
music
is
in the
a
world.
variation of us. Samba is a version of Caribbean music, which is reggae. You know what I mean? So understand this if you're doing music. And if you Hall of Notes and you might sound like a brother, just respect where you came from. Just like when we go and learn law and all that, which is nothing but the shit y'all made up because y'all had to make up rules.
Right.
And we good at it, respect us. Because we let y'all come in, or if not, it would be no Eminem, it'd be no Justin Timberlake.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
facts.
so to be clear for the people, you're not receiving any credit,
no,
any
no,
from
I know I
Beyonce
receive what's mine, 50%.
off the songs.
Right, and I gave the other 50% to Notting Hill Music, which they sold to Seeker Music, which is a better joint because they account on time.
Right.
And a songwriter named Evan Bogart owns that, who also wrote songs for Beyonce and other big people. He a white boy, but he know his business.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? That's just what it is, you know? And with me, you ain't never gonna get nothing but the real, because that's all I could do. And niggas can't beat me. So I'm gonna just give it up to you on the real.
That's why I fuck with. That's why I fuck with this guy, man.
I fuck with you, yeah.
It's nothing. It's nothing that he gonna try to hide. It's not. You can ask him almost anything. He gonna answer you real.
Because
But
you know why? If we'd have had OGs that have raised us, me and Wiz alone will be owning the other half of Broad Street that Kenny Gamble don't own. And this what y'all niggas need to know.
Yeah.
Kenny Gamble own half of Broad Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a nice crib down south of there. I seen that.
Man, he own
And nobody gonna never disrespect that crib.
Yeah.
Everybody else's black gotta go where? Far, far away. in South
he
Philly.
He built
and
the crib right
nobody
there.
would mess with him.
Built his mass
He
jib
built
right
a
there.
new crib
Yeah.
that's bigger than the other crib.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna
And
mess
listen,
with that.
and he owns shit in Gladwin and all that too. Like he got big joints.
He owned the Kimmel Center,
Pause with.
but he owned the property that
That's
the
not a
Kimmel
pause,
Center's
man.
on.
He got big joints.
He owned the property that the Kimmel Center is on. He sold the
man.
Kimmel Center for hundreds of M's.
Yeah.
But just like Ray Crocker did when he found out how the real way to take over McDonald's, he owns the property.
Right.
So all you guys walking around with jewelry, little dumb girls that look good, but all they could do is look good because they take your money, and you might spend $100,000 in a strip club, but you own no property. Understand that man owned the ground that he sold the Kimmel Center to.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? So
Foundation.
unless y'all doing that, y'all is what we call HOESs.
So listen. Yes. Who else have you worked with? You said Beyonce, Christina Aguilera. Because I got a lot of people that follow me. That's
Seal, which I did production work with Scott. Like a lot of times Scott will rock, and while he doing this thing, he'll give me the glance. I give it back to him, only because I was spending the most time around him at that time. So we had an understanding. You know what I mean?
So
and so a lot of times I would do solid production coordination on albums. You know what I mean? And you know, I would get my props and my love later on. You know what I mean?
So did Scott Storch put you back in the game?
Yeah, he put me back in the game because I put confidence in him.
Right.
First, I told him he was gonna be the shit when he was in a dusty green Jag before he made any hits.
Yeah.
So when he was rolling, he told me, take a ride up New York with me one day. We went to Harrison's, which was a private hotel that most niggas that's really not making no hits in the game, you will never see Harrison's. You will walk past it and don't even know that's a hotel. And after that, it was there she wrote. Because I ain't run the bill up. I ain't take advantage of the room service or none of that. And that's what crumb niggas do.
Situation at
So
all.
he knew I was of it. I ain't love it.
So
You know what I mean?
tell people how did you meet Scott Storch?
I met Scott Storch rocking with the Roots through my real
Facts.
brother Kamal Gray, you know what I mean, who took over as the keyboardist for the Roots after Scott left. And before that, I met him when he was part of a group called Mad Crop that was signed to Joe
Right.
Nicola and them
Yes.
when they was out in out Conshohocken where they, you know, where they at now still on the humble.
Yeah.
But and I was supposed to do something with them through Andy the Funky Drummer Kravitz, who was one of the dudes that played on one of the dope joints on Steady B album. It was called The Funky Drummer, and he played the drums on that. So he was part of a group called Mad Crop with him and a brother called Cameron Houff, who wound up being the co-writer of You Should Let Me Love You for Mario. And a lot of dudes don't know that. He sound like Michael McDonald when he sing. You know what I mean? But he's a full-blown technical engineer, and he's a good, thorough brother. You know what I mean? That happens to be vanilla, but he's a brother.
So
And,
That's right.
So I gotta ask you this question. Because so many people skip past a certain era in Philly hip hop, right? But you was around. Like I'm getting back to that Philly funk era, that Philly funk, because we skipped past that. It was Ram Squad, it was Bahamadia, it was you,
Tough Crew.
Tough Crew. Was Diggable Planners wasn't around then.
No,
They
but,
weren't around.
but honorable mention.
Yeah, but it was like so many different people, right? What made y'all form that?
You know what it is? I just think that Philly is full of so much unrecognized, unpronounced, unutilized, and unmonetized brilliance that the only people that really got to see that in its real inception was children.
Yeah.
Right.
See a nigga cutting around the corner in something super nice. You know, your uncle coming, he always got bread. Nigga got silk lapels on. He's smelling like, you know what I mean? as a kid, you consciously soak that up.
Right.
And you re-emanate that at some point in your life, whether you thorough or you just got a hero in your family you want to be like, or your situations bring you to a reality like, I ain't gonna be broke, I'm gonna come up. And then you start to recollect things in your life. See, children is the supercomputers. And anything you put in a child, they're gonna put back out into the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It might not be the way you want, but if you implement it right, you raise the king or a queen. It's the diagram.
Yeah, I grew up in the streets, and I taught my son what the streets was, but they ain't gonna be your life.
Yeah, see, most people just show their kids what the streets is through their insurrection and their imperfection. That's why by the time they 20 years older, their kid is in the street doing everything they did twice as wrong, and they be getting killed or catching 100 years or beating their chick up.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna be my boy.
You know what I mean? And but it's like, you know, that's what it is.
So, what do you think of the state of Philly hip hop right now, and the artists in Philly that we have right now? What do you think about the music culture for us right now?
I don't know every artist in Philly hip hop. You may know more,
right?
But given this once a month gala that I'm about to give over at the 214 Bridge Loft in Chester, where I'm gonna be giving the best of the best in all surrounding areas, Philly, Chester, Delaware, Jersey, Maryland, a chance to come and show what you got in front of people like Wiz Gam and Buck. You know what I mean? So we can sit back and give you the proper guidance, tutelage, and answer your questions. We might do it in the side panel, or we may do it Q&A from the crowd as well as the artists. But we gonna, find out what's going on in the city, man. But I think right now, a lot of people are scared to ask the right questions that they've been willing to ask, because don't nobody want to seem unknowledgeable. Yeah. Don't nobody want to seem vulnerable. Don't nobody want to seem like they don't know. But see, that don't got no place in the real music business. And if you was ever a fly on the wall in any of the situations that made the people that you think is great, you will understand that in the instance. But ego is everything God is opposed to. So if you keep holding that, you won't get nothing.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned a new artist and how you feel about him or whatever, Wiz. I don't know if you hip to it or whatever, but it's a new cat out called EST. How you feel about that?
The ESTG boy?
Yeah.
And you know what? I never really heard none of his music, but I know that as far as like the crowd that he communicating to, they checking for him back.
Yeah.
So I don't got no problems with that.
It's almost like homage.
I'm guaranteed the young boy don't even know.
It's a small chance that somebody in his family, if he was to ask the question, may know, but they may not know. But to me, I'm so much on where I'm going there with my legacy. Most ignorant thing I could do is be mad at a young brother who's just trying to do the same thing I do, who might not have had the education on the industry he really into. Yeah. Most of these dudes rapping because they mom broke or on drugs, they living in a dirty part of the world, and they tired. You know what I mean? So they doing what they can.
So let me ask you this. If you had the choice, would you rather be in the era that you came up in rapping or now?
That's a good question.
I'd rather be in the era I came up in, because back then, you could meet a groupie and you might not have to have no rubber that night.
That's Wiz. He don't like condoms.
I mean, these chicks out here now, none of them wear their real hair.
Yeah.
All of them is frauds.
Yeah.
And they 1/4 of the intelligence that they claim to be.
Wow.
So let me ask you this. I know, no, we're not gonna get into names or specifics or anything of that nature, but have you not, in your time, in your day, have you knocked down some Hollywood stars or some?
Of course, and I had a chance to knock some down that I just took pity on because they wasn't ready for me.
That's right.
You
No Philly in the building.
They wasn't ready.
No Philly in the building.
Queen Latifah, you wasn't ready.
Whoa.
MC Light, you wasn't ready.
Whoa.
Know what I mean? Yeah. Antoinette, I like your dance and I enjoyed the time we had together. You know what I mean? And you was mad at her because you was ready, but you the guy treated. It's just a couple things in the air, you know what I mean? Like,
Keep it certified over here.
yeah, we certified because, you know, what you gonna do but say, oh, he was right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With that question that Buck asked, I like what our era was. What that era was.
What our era
But
is.
what it is. Yeah,
But
it
this-
still is. Hold on. But the business, like
Right.
these young boys is
That's what I'm
owning
saying.
shit
No, the
right
business
now.
is
from the rip.
emancipated.
Yeah.
But the thing
They
is,
owning it from the rip.
the intelligence is gone, so they own
Yeah,
it for a
right,
short period
right,
of time.
You're absolutely right.
Then they gotta give
Right.
it back.
So that's why I be saying they need us.
Right.
Because if they could take what we have and apply it to what they doing
But
right now,
only if they want to receive it. Because I heard a young nigga tell
dangerous.
me around me one day, what an old nigga gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? Or a
nah,
nigga
yeah.
that was from back in the nigga, I'm driving this and that right now. I'm driving this and that right now.
But for how long?
But my thing is, y'all the only generation that's getting what y'all want and is catching Fed charges while y'all rich. And y'all dying while y'all rich.
Yeah.
And you getting knocked off
Why you rich?
while you rich. You showing where you staying at, where you living at.
Right.
You promoting everything on Instagram like you don't have no confidence in yourself. And the difference between y'all and us was niggas came to the concerts for us because we was the shit and they
Right.
believed that. Y'all put on a lot of jewelry, floss and fake
For other
all
niggas.
this stuff that broke people
For other
think
niggas.
about. Not fans, not your real supporters, just anybody that want money. But anybody that want money will line you up and kill you too.
Right. But you
King Vaughn.
was-
Anybody that line you up and to kill you too. Young Dolph. And I respect both
their
of y'all
own
niggas
cities.
because y'all did what y'all did for y'all family on a personal note. But can we get dudes that stay the shit and don't die?
Amen to that.
Because that's when you really a king. Ask LL Cool J.
Yeah, man.
Super rich.
You know what I mean? Ask Run from Run DMC.
Super rich.
Ask KRS-One.
Ask Nas.
Ask Nas.
Ask Hove.
Ask Hove.
You feel me? They
How-
enjoying their money.
How was your relationship with Public Enemy at the time?
Public Enemy, man, was always respectful, man, good dudes, but they was quite in their zone. They was about keeping their brand and the people that believed in their regiment intact. You know what I mean? But the last time I rocked with them, which was around 2017, going into 18 of the Dell, it was only me, Public Enemy, and an alumni that rocked that show. So y'all already know what time it is.
So what was the best tour you've been on?
The NWA tour.
Damn.
Me, NWA, MC Hammer.
Damn. Hey, ho.
And there was a couple other people on there,
You
but
gotta
they really
elaborate
didn't
on that.
matter.
So you gotta give me like the craziest night. Like the craziest night y'all had. Y'all just rocked the show.
Man.
Yo, we linking up, we going out. That
You know
moment.
what? The thing is,
What was it like to be with
Dre,
Easy?
Dre
fucking
was
the moves?
real, like, in his bag. He chopped it up with Chuck a couple times because they was on the same type frequency. I was cool with the DOC, you know, and all of us had, like, major respect for each other, and we was cool. But, like, I was just on there trying to make sure that I tore shit down on mines, and then I can go and get the female I was trying to select for the evening. I wasn't really trying to meet friends with none of them niggas because I was like, okay, y'all from, and y'all doing y'all thing. I'm from North though.
That's right.
And I'm out here rocking with y'all, and can't none of y'all fuck with me on no level. You know what I mean? And I don't need to in the mix with y'all niggas.
Shit,
How was Cube?
Q was love. Q showed me the biggest respect out of any West Coast nigga. You know what I mean? And I really should have rocked with Q more because I probably would have been in a couple of them movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
But Cube is Cube the truth, man. Cube who he present himself as. Cube the truth.
Shit, it was actually between you and Kwame that actually made me get a gummy back in the day.
No doubt. Well, you know,
The
Kwame.
new wave afro.
Well, you know, Kwame had a simulation. I had the real variation. You know what I mean? You know, Kwame was my little nigga too, because
Kwame, I fuck with
he was
Style of my hair
he was
like
really
a new wave
smooth
afro.
and
He was
eloquent.
smooth as shit.
And Lionel Hampton was his namesake, so he really knew how to do music at a young age.
Right.
And he was really a stylish dude. You know what I mean? And he was a friend of mine, still a friend of mine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, Kwame legendary, man.
So let me ask you this. I know EST. I know you with the shit at any drop of a dime. Is it any time back in the day that you had a fucking fight with another artist that we don't know about?
Oh yeah, when we was at West Philly one time, we was at this little basketball court. Cool on them at the time. We was on the outs. Niggas start throwing pennies and shit. Cross the joint. I'm in my tree torn shit. I got Benetton sweaters on.
Yeah.
My nigga Reese and Fahim, they from, you know what I mean? So we you know, we get the, nah, y'all not gonna do that. Niggas pulled out little pea shooters and all that. My man like Reese, like, well, what you gonna do with that? Bust the shit. Ain't nobody bust nothing. They took ass whippings and went home. You know what I mean? Like thinking because I was in preppy gear, I was actually going knock one of y'all motherfucking heads off and all that.
That's
Like,
right.
stop doing that, man. You know what I mean? Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. That's what KRS-One says. So y'all ignorant hard rocks, all y'all do is get shot or go to jail or y'all end up in the box. That's all that happened to y'all. Y'all got a couple years of grandeur, and then after that, you wound up like the real 50 Cent. You know what happened to him? He tried to rob the wrong nigga, and he ain't robbed nobody else.
Yeah, it came back.
That's a letter to the youth.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, because a pretty nigga like me that got something to lose, I'ma rock you niggas. You ain't gonna take a fur, a dollar, a phone off me. I'ma palm box you niggas.
That's right.
Cause I'm from North for real. So I just want y'all to know that. You know what I mean? Stop playing with every old head you see, cause he'll go dick dastardly on you.
So with that being said, right? Because it's a crazy disconnect between the youth and us. And how would you say, like, what would be your best advice to like kind of bridge that gap? Because it's like right now it's like
Well,
it's
for
so
real,
staticky.
even though it go against our better points, we gotta open up our minds and just listen to these young niggas talk
Yeah.
and find out what's wrong with them. Cause most of them ain't never been loved,
Right,
or they've been shoved to the side,
That's what I said.
or they done been did wrong in their early years. And all you niggas that act hard, y'all know y'all little hurt bitches.
Yeah.
Y'all
Ain't
know
lying.
that. Y'all
Ain't
need
lying.
some
All the
love
tattoo on
and
the face shit.
understanding. All them niggas with tattoos on their faces, I don't even fuck with, because you ain't never gonna find a job if what you doing ain't working out. You one-dimensional. I ain't never been one-dimensional. And if you don't sound like Elvis, Thomas, Marvin Gaye together, I'm not never fucking with you.
That's right.
Because you not Gucci. Gucci got a dexterity that some of you niggas don't got, because he come from where the slaves come from. Y'all uptown pretty niggas that got away from the slaves. Y'all think y'all supposed to go to the mall and spend $1,000 every day, but you ain't making $1,000 every day. So how?
If you really know what some of them symbols are, right? Like, I was watching something, and you could pick up any book, and you can go to Africa and read anything in Africa, right? The Gucci symbol, the Fendi symbol, the Versace symbol, all that come from African tribes.
All of it. Listen,
They
the Nazi
They
sign,
went over there.
the sign that they
The Louis
use for the
Vuitton, y'all, I
Nazi
seen that.
symbol
Yeah.
is an Ethiopian cross.
Yes.
But when you don't know nothing but love and hip hop and how much your Remy weave costs,
Yeah.
and Casamigos and them nut ass Ugg boots and all that,
Yeah.
you don't
Like
know
they got mad at
yourself.
Kanye, right, for using the Confederate flag, and he had like something with the symbol on it. But Kanye is like, they be thinking Kanye is crazy. Kanye is a brilliant dude who's up on it. Like, he's really up on what he's supposed to know about
Man,
our
listen,
people.
in the average hood, the mother and father don't got no fucking degrees.
None.
Kanye father got more degrees than his mother had,
Yeah.
and she had more than you supposed to have to be her age before she died.
Yeah.
A nigga with $6 billion cares not what you broke ass niggas think about that still eat fries and chicken wings every time y'all go in the bar.
I'm gonna ask you this one more question before we get back into the music side of things. I know you with the shit all the way through. Do you got a new Instagram page right now, right? From your other joint?
Yeah, it's THE_ good candy, all one word _CO.
Yeah, your prior page, you was going on a crazy rant.
You know what?
Hold up.
I was giving them too much.
Hold up. On a well-known Philadelphia contract. I ain't gonna get into his name or whatever. But did y'all square that up or whatever?
No, we did only because I ain't want to get in the full lashing because he not physically able to take it. He did some wrong shit. I asked him not to do it before it happened, and he still did it. So that means he ain't had no respect for me when I told him who he was going to be when he was just a seed. He wasn't even a pod popping out the sprout yet. But you know, jewelry, suckers, women that's unknowledgeable, and the facade of what people think about you will make you disrespect somebody that really believed in you. You know what I mean? And I just chose to take it easy on him, you know what I mean? Because he can't fuck with me no kind of way. And I ain't really want to dirt nap the nigga, man.
Yeah, I don't believe that my man want no trouble or nothing.
He ain't want no trouble, but he gave me trouble, and he gave me financial trouble, which gave my family financial trouble while he experienced none. So now when you do that, I got the right to fuck your collarbone up.
But I had a conversation this past weekend with a couple colleagues or whatever, and they were saying that people is expecting more than, they expecting a rapid turnaround more than...
I just expected the business to be right, so I didn't have to keep submitting writers and publishing agreements and percentages that should have been submitted one time. Then you find out the niggas managers copping AMG Benzes and all that with the money that's supposed to go to you. Then they turn around and tell you ain't no producers points because they usurped all the money that could have been producers points. But he wouldn't have had no motherfucking hit records unless he came to you.
Right.
So at that point, that's when I feel like I can crush your motherfucking helmet.
Damn.
Because I'm not a rapper. I happen to do that. I'm a melanin man, and I'm a king first. And if you play with me like I'm a toy boy, I'm going to fuck your life up.
Damn.
And you're going to be the last thing I see before you go on what's called the river. Because I'm really from North, and you pussy-ass niggas is not.
But it's all cool right now, right?
Only because I don't spend my time around a nigga. Because if I stay around him too long, I'm going to remember the sucker shit he done. And then it's going to be payment that got to be exacted. Because I give a fuck about none of you entertainment niggas. Because none of y'all is better than me or could fuck with me. I'm a legend before you first. And I'm Muslim and I'm a man. And all you pansy-ass niggas that think different, I'll crack your aorta.
Damn.
Go ahead, Wiz.
So...
Damn.
How do you think the game is being, like, do you like how the game is being ran right now? Like,
Nope. The game is about to be taken over by the most intellectual, intelligent people, like the white boy Russ. And I hate to say it because I ain't really a fan of a lot of white people.
I like Russ, though.
Russ is very intelligent. He's an independent artist
He got that dream with Kanye.
that learned how to take his self and not depend on nobody to say they're major to enhance what he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lot of artists out there like that too. Shout out to Money Man.
Tyler, Creator.
Tyler.
I like him.
You funny as shit though. You really not masculine, and I gotta say it. You don't represent what I'm about.
But he took the game.
I
He took
never
the
let
game in his
my
own
son
hand.
listen to you or wear none of your
He
clothing.
is spicy. He's spicy.
I know. Listen.
You
to
is
each his
the
own.
minus to what melanin people is. Melanin people was born to be kings, not coons or clowns, and don't sit on nobody's lap like Diddy sat on the border on Arista Records and J Records lap. Don't be no fuck boy. Be a man. And any of you niggas that got problems, Y'all know where I'm at.
Wow.
Hold up. Know what I mean? I'm a truth bearer. I'm Aquarius, and I'm really Muslim, and y'all not.
Assalamu alaikum to all
And
the
I'm still a
Muslims.
top writer in the game. So y'all can't do nothing with me.
Oh man.
Hey, we learned a lot here today.
We learned a lot.
We learned a lot here today. We learned a lot here.
And I'm really keeping it light because I'm on my man, John. I got a podcast coming out called The New Normal. Y'all gonna get everything on that.
Jeez Louise.
Know what I mean? We keeping it light right now, but we can keep the questions going.
Did you and Puppy have a run-in or something?
Nah, it's just, I seen what he did to a lot of niggas. He just gave big peoples they publishing back. I seen a picture with him sitting on the board lap that own Arista Records and J Records. How you gonna be a melanin man sitting on a white man lap that look like a skeleton?
Wowzers.
Unless you getting dick by that man.
Wowzers. This fucking interview is extreme.
Hey, man.
I mean, I'm saying,
Keep
look,
it certified on Certified Podcast.
listen, if it walk like a duck and talk like a duck, it's a duck, baby.
Let me ask you this. Because I heard you saying the young boys be flossing and all that with the shit, whatever. You had a ring before, right?
I had a couple things, man, but you know, I gave them up because really, I'm a fancy nigga by myself. I can't
Right.
really have too much material shit because I'm a wild out, man. I can't help
Right.
it, man. My mom made me a fancy nigga when I was young. I was wearing $2,000 Corinthian leather shoes when I was 6.
Talk to
Y'all
him.
niggas wasn't doing that. Y'all was Buster Brown babies, man.
I ain't gonna lie. This the first dude, right? What's that watch you had? That gold Movado. Was it a Movado?
the gunmetal joint.
This watch was in. I'm
I
like, what
lost
kind
that
of
shit. Scott
what
gave
kind
that
of
shit to me.
fucking watch is that? No, before Scott. I'm
Okay.
talking about platinum band.
Oh yeah.
It was like a gold.
Yeah, the gold joint. I had the little, the
I'm
black
like,
and gold joint.
yeah,
I had the
what
little
the
yellows
fuck?
going around that.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? I never
That was
seen
my
no shit
mom
like that.
gift to me though. It was like, it's like, you know,
That joint was crazy. That watch
yeah,
was crazy.
man, like, you know, like intelligence helped me mix whatever I learned from the streets. But if I had no intelligence, I would already be dead. I would be a stand on the streets. I'd have got killed, murdered plenty of times. Because niggas know I used to sip that drink heavy.
Yeah.
I'd be on 18th for Oxford outside my man Beefcake and Sweet Spot. Niggas would see me in the Max. And instead of robbing me, they'd call niggas and be like, yo, young boy out there. They'd come get me. But it was respect though.
Right.
Because when you ain't respected in Philly, you was a victim.
Yeah, and that's when J Street was J Street.
Then you have a crib out Arizona?
Yeah.
What made you move back to Philly from there?
It was too fucking hot.
It's too high here. This motherfucking body's dropping at a rapid rate.
Not if you listen, Philly is the land of the nooks. If you know the right nook to live in, the crooks will never know where you at.
Right.
Real rap.
You know what I mean? Because they go in the same familiar spaces that they dumb small pea brains tell them to go at. And that's right where all the cop stations is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I be all around the city. You know what I mean?
sure.
And niggas don't be knowing. And I'm in and out like a gunshot. I don't tell niggas when I'm coming or when I'm going.
That's how
Because
y'all
you don't
move.
do that when you raised in the days of the days.
So let me ask you this, right? Who was your biggest influence in music? Like the person that you looked at them like, damn, how the fuck he do that? Like, I want to do this.
Marvin Gaye.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
That's deep.
I can see that.
That's what I, along with what he already had, I helped my nephew CJ Hilton become that. You know what I mean? You ever hear a song from my nephew, you could go on YouTube and punch up the tribute that he has to Marvin Gaye, I Want You, and you will understand it at an instance.
Wow.
You know what I mean? The octaves, the backgrounds, the feeling, the whole thing. You know what I mean?
What about Teddy P? I mean, you
Teddy
fell up
P
with-
raw, but he can't fuck with Marvin Gaye though.
Yeah.
Never. And after he got banged up on the expressway, fucking with the lady boy and Dr. J wife, you could never be that nigga again. You could never be that nigga again.
Because you said two things at one time. It was led to believe.
Listen, the sucker was eating him up. Dr. Dre wife was in the back. Dr. J
Dr.
wife was
J.
in the back, coked up.
No. This This is what they say actually happened. I mean, I don't know because I wasn't there, but this is what they say actually happened. Dr. J wife was eating him up, and they bung out. So Dr. J tried to put the rumor out that he had a lady boy to try to fuck his career.
And guess what? That could even be true. But my thing is,
the lady boy was in the interview.
You Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah, because Oprah, they said, hired him.
You Teddy. Get your man ate up when you get to the crib.
Yeah, no.
Pull over at any hotel, bruh. And I know you had that toot in your nose, too. You wasn't smoking that good weed. Because they had us fooled that coke was the nutrient.
This the illest interview ever.
I love you, Teddy, but you not that nigga. Marvin is that nigga. And guess what?
Teddy
Before
not
you,
with us no more, right?
It don't matter. Before you, Billy Paul is that nigga.
Shout out to Billy Paul.
You know what I mean? Listen, I'm going to give it up. You know why? Because a nigga walk up on me about anything I said, you better be all the way ready because I'm going to hit you with that confetti, you hear me? And that's that.
It's crazy.
So we got this game, right?
God
I'm gonna ask you these 5 questions in 60 seconds. Somebody get their timer ready.
At the time.
This is the certified game.
Let's do it, Wiz.
You know what I mean, I want to see. We testing hip hop knowledge right here. I know you're a knowledgeable guy, and you witty, so you can pick up on these. Oh, some music questions. You ready?
Yep.
Go. How many times was Phife Dawg on point?
Always.
That's
Correct.
good. Ding.
Where was Adele saying hello from?
The heavens.
Nope. Keep going. The other side.
Other side.
Yep.
Hello from the other side. All right.
Yep. Still one of the baddest in the game.
Yeah.
What does Jay-Z have in common with the building in Philly, with a legendary building in Philly?
He owns it.
He owned it.
444.
444.
The 444 building.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What the leaders of the New School and Tribe Called Quest try to figure out?
The scenario.
Correct.
Ding.
What couldn't Hall and Oates go for?
That.
Correct.
ding, 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 ding. 3 out of 2. He won that joint.
Yeah, you won that. 3 out of 2.
As long as I come up. Long as I come up.
That 444, like.
Them was some good questions, though, man. Them was some good questions.
No kid do.
Listen, we gonna blame my lateness on the superbness of 1738 of Core Royale.
That's right.
Which people don't know
1738.
is the original recipe for XO, which in a smaller bottle is $1,500. The big bottle is $3,000, and the sucker shot you walk around in your pocket with is $150. It was first named the Cour Royale by the King of France in the year of 1738. So this is the original cask of the $3,000 liquor that you suckers that trick on the chicks down Vegas pay for.
Dang.
This goes in the store for about 60 to 65. They gave it back to the hood. Because we the masters of the green bottle. But this is 1738 Royal Accord, a.k.a. the original XO, for those that don't know.
So,
Talk heavy.
yeah, he only drinks shit that he researched. But listen.
And I put Fat Man Webb up on that. Webb, you know that too. No disrespect. It ain't
I
like
used to be a
I
Kettle
shunned
One
you,
dude, though.
But you know what it is.
You used to be a Kettle One dude.
You know why? Because of the WB. The
Yeah.
white boy that used to run with Mo.
Right.
Because he told me that warm, it tastes like warm water.
Wayne and
Cold,
Bruno.
it tastes like cold water. And it don't never give you a hang up. And when I'm hanging with my little chickadees, the little beckadees, in certain little spots like Martha Vineyard and all that, we'll break out the Kettle One because y'all can't take the cognac because y'all ain't got enough melanin for that.
Yeah.
So did you ever do a track with Steady B and Cool C? Or Kwame?
I wrote for Cool C, Steady B on Serious, but honestly, and I'm going to keep it, and you know what, it ain't no disrespect, Steady. You was never good enough to rap on a track with me.
God damn.
No, you
Get
was
off
never
your ass
good
and
enough.
jam.
You was never good enough. Now, me and Cool, we used to go get chicks together. You know what I mean? So we just had a different
What was that like?
vibe. But you was the king when I came to the hilltop. But you was full of yourself from a different angle, and you just was never good enough.
What was that like around that time in the 80s when y'all was fucking all the way live? What type of vehicles was y'all in when you and Cool C was riding around getting bitches?
we was in hoopties, we was in nice Johns here and there, but the thing back in that era was, if you had to respect, whatever you pulled up in was the Bentley.
Yeah.
You know
Y'all had the Bentley back then?
Never.
Oh.
But
There was cars that was
whatever.
You could pull up in a 190.
If you was
felt like you was in a Bentley back then.
Yeah, because if you was that guy, you was that guy for real. Because we ain't have a whole lot of extra amenities. Because true, between the label and the manager, they was stealing everything.
Damn.
So let me ask you this, right? Because y'all was popping in the JBM era. So y'all was around some real gangster shit, like, and it was different. So when I remember hearing stories of when New York rappers would come down to shows, and Moochie and them pulling Diamantes, Cadillac Atlantes outside, and Saabs and.
Yeah.
And then,
they really showed them guys.
What's the name had the Alfa Romeo, and then what's the name put it in the song after he came here and seen the Alfa Romeo. I love the stare, the Alfa Romeo from here to there. KRS put that in the song after he came to Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Milk? Milk was here. He did some shit.
Milk and Giz?
Milk is chilling.
Yeah, all them
Yeah,
kids.
all them dudes. But Milk and Giz and them, they was getting a little money, you know what I mean, through their little attributes and all that.
Okay.
But as much as we picked up culturally or frenetically with the energy from New York, they picked up from us too, because New York was under an arrogance that they was the only place that was doing it how they was doing it.
Until they came here.
Until they came here and had to deal with a couple dudes, take a couple bruises, listen to a couple things with the gap pointed at them, and understand
Shook down.
y'all gonna come down here right or y'all not.
Explain
That's the check-in.
what After
Same way we
Midnight
go
was.
up there.
Explain to the people who don't know what After Midnight was, because that's the party I'm trying to do, right? I want to do an
The
After Midnight party.
was the equivalent of the tunnel in New York City. And if you wasn't who you was coming with your jewelry, and you wasn't leaving with it like how they robbed LL Cool J for his jewelry back in the day.
Here?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn.
Or you might get smacked in your mouth. You know what I mean? All type of, if you wasn't who you said you was. Now, if you was thorough, you had the greatest time at the After Midnight.
So they robbed LL after midnight?
They treated L at the After Midnight.
Oh, shit.
After that, that's when L started working out and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they treated L.
Damn.
Yeah, After Midnight. Like my brother snuck me in there. And I was like, what?
Damn.
15, 16.
Man, so many
Snuck
people
me
got
in
treated
there.
in the After Midnight, and it wasn't just L.
I went to the Cherry Street
L.
one.
Yeah, and then when they created the new After Midnight, I got a chance to rock there. It was me, Kane, rock one time, me and EPMD, and E-Double was like, yo, tell my man where you from. He was talking to PMD, and I told him I was from Philly. E was just like, yo, can I get my bread? Because PMD didn't believe that I was from New York. I mean, I wasn't from New York, as a lot of MCs at that time, because they was under
Cause you so raw.
the belief that couldn't come from nowhere else but from New York.
Right.
Yeah. Tell them about the Wind Ballroom. Like I'm gonna go down these legendary spots that I know you probably went to and rocked.
The Wind Ballroom, man, was a place where local legends was born. Like, before anybody ever heard about Fresh Prince, he was a legend in the Wind Ballroom because he had immaculate choreographed routines with Jazzy Jeff, who was still the #1 DJ in the world. And they would tear that thing up for all the real money getters in West Philly and anybody who had passes to come to the Wind. You know what I mean? The routines that Jazzy Jeff probably still know just on the audio side from how he used to cut it up back then. is legendary. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a point in time like how gay people and weirdos used to talk about. Well, let me not say gay people because that's not cool.
Yeah.
How
we cool with the
how
LGBTQ.
how the LGBTQ community used to rave about the heydays of Studio 54.
Wow.
Let me
That's
ask.
the same exuberance that the hustlers and the hustlerettes would tell you about the Wind Ballroom.
Let me ask you this. This was another song that was my shit. I know Wiz ain't catch it. He ain't throw it out. But this is my shit. And in the video, I always felt like this was shot. Like when I was little, I always felt like this video was shot. Like the part when you said, oh, I'm going to say the song. The song is no words.
The remix.
And I always felt like when you chucked the bitch the deuces, it was right there in front of the gas station on 100th Park across from Jerome
Yeah,
Street.
that's where we shot the video at.
That's where it was at?
Right there, and then
Shit.
and then the rooftop where Disco Rat used to come, the lighthouse. Right there in 100th Park.
So
You know
it
what I
was
mean?
right there. You chucked the bitch the deuces.
Yeah.
Damn, I knew I wasn't tripping at a young age.
Yup. You know what I'm saying? You know, we paid for that video on our own. You know what I'm saying? And it was like
ABC,
that joint rocked out because the track was hot.
Right.
And that's when we started realizing, like, okay, it's about what you do, not what your label do, not what your fake A&R do. We do the music first before anybody else can certify it. So once you start to understand the full magnitude of what you do, that's how you can connect to any other source in any other capacity that want to fund, promote, or be a part of what you're doing. But you never little eye yourself to somebody's big you because they getting it from you, and without it, they couldn't get nothing.
Right.
Because they don't know how to make no music. They squares that never been there, and the only way they
Gotta
make
love
money is off of melanin people.
So
Whether we do the art,
You gotta
the
love it.
construction,
So my
anything else.
my last question to you: can we expect in the future from EST, that Nicholas?
You can expect me to take my pamper off one more time and put diarrhea on all these whack people in the world.
Shit.
And that's whether I'm doing an album with me and Ab Lava called LORN, which is Lauren, which stands for Last of the Real Niggas with an S. The album that I'm going to also do maybe 2023 called The Wolf, where I'm unadulteratedly coming at you dudes with the 18-year-old energy again, just because, you know, ain't no age on this. And for people to get contracted by age was just a thing that the Europeans made up. So again, you colonialize if you think in time.
But at the same time, you can agree that the young cats got the game, and there's a whole lot of dumbass music right now.
It's always time for youth to prove their truth, but if they don't, then they false. And what's always been number one under the sun is going to shine. And that's the Act Nicholas one. Because I done shine without people knowing that it was me they was spending their money with.
Right.
Because my humility is my greatest ability. I don't got to shout who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can tell who I am at a Paramount when I go to the bank.
One more question. What does Act Nicholas mean?
The highest state and the utopian factor of being the best of what you are. You know what I mean? It's past being dope. You know what I mean? It's nothing that can really fractionate or amount to being Act Nicholas. You know what I mean? You ever seen the flick Lucy?
No.
Lucy is about a film where they had a drug that would allow you to untap all the parts of your brain that they say that we lost when they put us into the dark ages, when they destroyed the libraries of Alexandria, which held all the real truths, like the first Muslim Mason Suleiman and all the real mysteries of the universe. That's how the pyramids got put up. But the pale infidels were so mad at that, they destroyed the books instead of letting it be shared with the world. So when you become Act Nicholas, you go past regular thought, and regular thought means nothing to you, nor does space and time. Only what you feel is real, and you 100% confident in that. You know what I mean? And you dominant in that. That means nothing can come against you, air, wind, space, or time. And I'm the Act Nicholas one, which means it's only one.
You gotta love it, man.
Pale infidels. I like that word.
I want to thank you for coming, man, and sharing some jewels and dropping some knowledge and letting people know you ain't to be fucked with and all that.
Listen,
I want to thank you, man.
Wiz for being the type of dude that can, exhibit himself in all facets as a businessman, a creator, a writer, a collector of the right energies. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
And he can have people thorough like Buck and my man that's running the production.
Shout out to Blizz.
And do his thing regularly in the midst of all this chaos that people that can't stand Philly or ain't built for Philly want to run out of Philly for. You know what I mean? He right here on Hunting Park Avenue in the midst of the grit, and he doing something positive and allowed me to come and share my thoughts with y'all. You know what I mean? And he gonna continue to keep doing this. You know what I mean? Until he move on to the next echelon.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And you gotta respect the focus and commitment that it take to do that. You know what I mean? Another son of North Philly, R for RP, which is real Philly for real Philadelphians. We gonna continue to pop that moniker, and anywhere that you see a Philly dude, if you from Philly, instead of hating, instead of screwing up your face, figure out how y'all can get some money together while y'all around each other. Because that's what the real meaning of being from Philadelphia is. We the city of brotherly love, not suckerly love. Get yourself together.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this.
Buck, you got a lot to say tonight, man.
Yeah. Because this is ES.
I get it. I get it, but
it's fucking ES, cuz this is my dream interview. Like, I was a pup, like, watching this shit. I say this. Let's sign this shit off. Well, what's your favorite joint from ES? And let's all rhyme that bitch and go out. What's your favorite joint?
I'm going to turn it on. Hold on.
Let's get it.
Where your Bluetooth at? Can you play The Greatest Man Alive on your Bluetooth?
You can play that bitch right there on your phone.
Hold on. I'm
Go ahead.
right
What's your bars out of? Let's get right into it.
Hold on. I
Start it off. He can't get to get
you
into
crazy.
Right,
you out of your mind?
Big shout out to Chuck Nice for this beat too, man.
Woody Wood, shout out. We was about to be on.
Shout out to Woody Wood too.
We was about to be the fuck on when Pop got locked up.
No, they was putting you out the group, Buck. They told me they was putting Buck out the group.
Nah, you a lie. I was the greatest.
They said Buck wasn't gonna be allowed to be in the group.
You got to edit all this shit.
No, we gonna sign off. We gonna sign off with it. No, that could be in there. We gonna sign up. We gonna sign up.
Come on.
Hold on. You about to sign up?
Yeah, he playing that video version.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man
Killer,
Larry
come on, let's
too.
go.
Landscaping. Mentally shaking.
Hey.
Get the gist, don't miss what I'm saying. Hilltop bringing in the bass drop. Soaking up sats like a household mop out the romp. Stomp, see you're no comp. You try to rock, you bump. The whole thing jump. Gotta put a sucker, else it gets boring. Just like the people need your coffee in the morning. And every word is honestly stated. You're getting that synthetic or fabricated. Keep your eyes open, got you on the scope. Know it like a pole because we did it.
We outta here.
Fly like a falcon, strong like a stallion.
Now all I need
It's
is
a
my
gold
gold
medallion.
medallion.